in the last video, we were looking at some of the mistakes that we made in the basic quiz, and one of the things which you found out was that UD dot and UDS dot is basically an abbreviated form of Usted and Ustedes, right? And Usted and Ustedes, and if you go back to the section, um, they've asked us to quickly memorize three modal verbs, and they've included Usted with el and ella, and from what we know earlier, el and ella are both have simple conjugation. So you either add an a or you add an e, right? A for AR verbs, E for ER and IR verbs. So and UDS would be Ustedes, and that is included in a group with ellos and ellas. And so basically, ellos, ellas, the rule is that you either add an or en, and the reason you're choosing n is because n precedes o in the order of the alphabets, right? So that's why we choose. That's why we use an. I mean, that's just a way to remember it, right? So, what we need to know and what we need to remember is Usted comes in the same group as el and ella, and Ustedes would come in the same group with ellos and ellas. And I guess the way we can remember it would be Usted has an E to it, right? And el and ella obviously have, they have E to their, they have an E. So, and with ellos and ellas, you have an S at the ending. So you could probably use that way to remember it. So ellos, ellas, ustedes, el, ella, usted. Okay, so that's what you've seen, and that was obviously one mistake. And you talk, he talks, she talks, we drink, we decide. Well, there was one more. These two were correct, if I remember correctly, and this is for emphasis. We decide, we drink, we talk, he talks, you formal. So you formal is usted, and I think you're not sure about the conjugation, the rule, because that was probably in section 1 or section 2 of part 10. So I think that's where you made an error in answering it. So you formal is usted, and from what we just seen, usted comes in the same category category as el and ellas. El and ellas, right? And it's he or she, so you add an a or e to it. So so this would basically, you would add an a to it. You'll add an a to the ending of the verb, so it should be conversa. Conversa. Okay, so I think that's one of the mistakes you made. Well, so in the next video we will go through the meanings of these words, right? Because again, this is something which you're not familiar with. So until then, see you next time.